Well, Tony, we don't have much more time for banter. Do you know what that means?
Oh, I wondered if you were gonna steal that. I wondered. What are you talking about? The whole show is banter.
It totally is. All right, we have 5 voicemails.
Holy shit, 5.
5 voicemails. So
Wow. Let me preface this first with this has been a fucking challenge, okay? I have dropped literally play-by-play instructions to some folks. Phil, you go to a website, you click a button, you click another button, and then you click a button after you talk. Should be the simplest thing in the world. And begrudgingly, Phil either didn't understand it at first and then did and was too embarrassed to admit it, or just was too stupid to grasp the concept. I don't know. But kept sending voice messages on Facebook Messenger. I'm like, that's not how this works, Phil. That's not how this works. And literally the other day I said, I'm not making you any more thumbnails until you figure this out correctly. And then shockingly,
it happened.
Apparently he figured it out real fast. So
well, I will tell you that Mr. Phil K.O.E. did figure it out, but he is not the number one voicemail. The first one. I haven't listened to any of these, so I'm gonna surprise you. Are you ready?
I couldn't be more ready.
Okay. And now they're not playing. Oh.
The hell was that? Jesus.
Right when I was going to hit record on something, my wife makes the weirdest fucking noise ever. I'm keeping this.
Oh my god! I almost
was that it?
That was it. I almost I was like, oh my god! I guess I should have screened these.
No. I was very confused too.
So you know who that is? That's Skinnerd.
Skinnerd.
And he apparently his wife is making whale noises while we record. Oh, interesting. All right.
Wow.
Voicemail number 2, also from our friend Skinner.
What is up, gentlemen? This is Skinner, yo boy. Just calling to ask a question. Figured it's dad related and music related. What would you guys consider dad rock? Apparently, kids are now saying that Mudvayne and Static X and shit like that is considered dad rock now. I always thought like Bob Seger was dad rock to me, but I guess I'm showing my age. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, it's weird because I work with actually he literally just left for leave, a guy. He just turned 21 here not that long ago. He'll be going over to Syria for a year. But when I was working with him, and he was helping me out on my side, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, here I'll play my divorced dad rock playlist," and it'd be like fucking Creed, Nickelback, and like a lot of other bands in that realm that people don't actually hate, but like in that same vein. So yeah, I think it's just kind of by your age what you consider dad rock. If the person that was listening to that band in high school is now like 40ish, yeah, now it's probably dad rock.
Yeah, man, that's a tough one. It's so funny that my sons are now listening to the same rock music that I listened to in high school,
and they call it classic rock.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's brutal.
And then I realized how much I don't like most of that music now. So there's a local station who literally plays rock. Well, I guess it's oldies now, right? Like it's Motley Crue,
Yeah,
Poison.
that's
You know,
like double classic now.
yeah. So like all this stuff that with ballads and they play Metallica too, of course.
Right. Well, yeah.
A little Black Sabbath, Ozzy, all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the dad that you are, um, but dad rock, man, Ozzy has to be in there. AC/DC has to be in there.
Yeah.
Alika has to be in there.
I can't consider Static X and Mudvayne dad rock because that's still.
That's to me, that's a little on the outskirts. Even though I actually love those two bands,
Yeah.
I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that's dad rock necessarily.
No, I would say yeah, like Creed, Nickelback, that vein is more dad rockish, or I don't know, Puddle of Mud, like stuff like that. It was more like it because that's more like
Yeah,
I don't know, pure rock, radio rock. I don't know. Static X never was way more like I metal rock. It's hard to explain because like I don't know. In high school, like I thought Wayne Static was like the coolest looking motherfucker ever. I tried to grow my hair, and do that. Yeah, I didn't do it because my hair's really
I would
thin.
rather listen to Slipknot than I would any of the other bands that I just
Yeah,
mentioned.
absolutely.
But am I going to listen to that with my kids? Or I know I take that back. I do listen to that when my kids are around. So
yeah, if you play like Wait and Bleed or People Equal Shit, like yeah, I'm gonna fucking throw something and just fucking jam. So I guess that's dad rock. Damn.
damn it. I think it's whatever you want to listen to, and but I mean, if we're going oldies though, like I think, yeah, like AC/DC, and that's when my kids started listening. I threw a couple songs on there, but like AC/DC, Metallica, but one of my sons is trying to learn how to play guitar, and like AC/DC is like one of the first couple songs that he learned. So. Uh, So yeah, I mean, I think that's where the rock is for like if
Yeah,
kids are looking for dad rock, like I think that's where it's at.
they're mislabeling. Yeah, no, I disagree that Mudvayne is dad rock, but yeah, I guess I can see the connection. It's just no, it just feels wrong.
All right, Skinner. I hope we answered the question appropriately. Here we
Yeah,
go. K.O.E. number 1.
I'm terrified.
Well, hello, you beautiful people.
Oh
It's
God,
your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E. You can, of course, find me at
fuck!
on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch,
I
and
already regret this.
folks, I, Phil K.O.E., the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that
Yep.
podcast tower. I have but one question for you. Why
About time.
International not feature more Phil K.O.E.? In you folks at Dad's Intercontinental even realize what you're being deprived of here. The Dad's Intergalactic podcast would be
Oh my God.
amazing KOE content, but no, the Dad's Here, There, and a Little Bit of Everywhere podcast denying you folks. It's something that you should not ask for. Nay, nay.
He's still going.
He's still
Demands.
going.
KOE Nation, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, and hopefully Dad's Worldwide. We'll catch you on the flip side, folks.
That was one.
Oh, you got it right.
That was one message.
What was that? That was one message.
Oh fuck. Okay. Well, I can answer the question. I think I did a good job before we even played his message. Why does it not feature more Phil? Because he didn't understand how to click a button. That's why. That's why.
And folks, Phil's probably not even going to hear the answer to his questions
No.
unless we share it to him. But
No, we'll have to share the link with him and
Yeah.
give him a timestamp.
yeah, yeah. I wonder if he's going to introduce himself on every single voicemail.
That's exactly what I was thinking halfway through, and I went, "Oh
Uh,
no,
Phil, I love you, my friend. You are always welcome on the show. Always.
God."
Let's Tony. Tony's will give you the wrong time though to show up.
Yeah,
Uh,
I do get plenty of doses of Phil K.O.E. I'm just putting.
all right, number 2.
Oh boy, brace yourself.
Well, hello again,
Oh
everyone.
God.
It is once again Phil K.O.E. of K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter. That's
Yep.
King. Always an oh my God, you can find K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter. He is an extremely happy to know you can find K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter. I have a very simple question
Do
for
you?
the panel of Dads Interdimensional. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck
Oh fuck.
if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Yes, we get to the very, very hard questions here at Dad's Multiversal. Yes, the Dad Multiverse now. Folks, I'm curious. I know you're curious. At KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch
Oh God.
is definitely curious. Back to you, Dad's Interatomic.
What?
I don't know.
He had nothing to ask that time, but went, I just don't feel like I shilled hard enough the first time. What can I just say? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? The answer, of course, being as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
I don't know what to say.
If anybody if anybody missed how you could find Phil K.O.E. on the internet, I'm positive he's going to remind us in this third message.
I believe you're correct, sir. Here we go.
Well, howdy, all you
God.
beautiful denizens of the web out there. It is I, Phil KOE, with the KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and, of course, Twitter. That is, of course, KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter. And I've got a serious question here for Tony G and Brendan Rowe, the Dads Above and Below Sea Level podcast.
What?
What advice do you have for any new fathers or expecting fathers to be? Back to you, gentlemen.
Wow, a real question. Wow. He got there. It took 3 attempts, but he got there.
Oh my goodness.
New fathers and first time fathers, that what advice do we have? That was his finally got there after an hour of messages. All right. And he is a newly crowned christened father. Just
He is.
Yeah, just a baby boy here. What? God, it's been it's been several months already.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's been a couple
God.
months.
Lose track of time so quick. Good Lord. I think the first thing that comes to my mind was when I had my first, and I've mentioned this multiple times, that we had such an easy first pregnancy. It was like she felt amazing the whole time, didn't have any cravings, barely gained any weight. It was super easy. And it was like 2 pushes and he's out. It was just like the easiest thing in the world.
Jeez.
Problem was, for me, that freaked me the fuck out when he came out and they plop him on her chest, like, here he is. It was so sudden and quick. And then, oh God, that's my son. And then it dawned on me what I was looking at. He had such a gigantic, long cone head. His head looked like an eggplant.
Melon.
And that's not hyperbole. My son's head was the size of a fucking summer squash and the same shape. Like, he looked like if you took and they put the little stocking cap thing on him, he looked like his head was shaped like Alien, like from the movie Alien.
Oh,
Like, it was fucking terrifying. I was like, "Oh my god, what's wrong? My beautiful son is deformed." Like, no, it's fine.
you
It's
murdered my child.
what have you done to my boy? No, that goes away very quickly. It just depends like how they come out of the birthing canal, and because their heads are like basically Play-Doh, like their craniums are not like hard yet. That's why you've got to be very careful with a baby, and there's no protection there. Your skull is not formed, so it's like Jello. It like molds around. So no, don't be freaked out if your new child has a weird disfigured cone head
Cone head.
at first. That's my
Very good.
best advice.
That's very good advice. So I did not get this advice, but I think it is probably the best advice is try to savor every moment.
That's solid.
Yeah, I think because and it's really hard. It's not an easy thing to do, but like when you've been up 10 hours,
Yeah, you're exhausted.
you're exhausted, the baby's crying,
You're overstimulated.
you've changed them, you've changed yourself,
Yeah.
and they just won't stop. And like, so sometimes it's even in that moment, I think you need to savor it and you need to, and I know what I'm saying and I understand how really difficult it is, but but then like all of a sudden 10 years goes by and
Mhm.
I'm a 10-year-old and it's a different, so yeah, I mean, you're really, I, I never got this advice. I think someone gave this to Jim, and when Jim mentioned it on the podcast, I think I was like blown away by this, and I think that's what I remember as like the best advice to give any new fathers. Just savor absolutely every moment you absolutely can, because man, it really does go quick.
Yeah. It's you blink and they're already at another step. It's every little thing, and you don't even notice what went away and replaced it. Like you're like, oh, they did this new thing, and you don't realize what's been replaced already.
Yeah.
And especially when they start talking, and you start going from the dad or the dad to the daddy to the dad to the bruh. It's like it's so fast, but it's true. And what was I was you like doom scroll on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram Reels or whatever. It was a clip from what was that Modern Family, Al Bundy, whatever, Ed
That's
Leslie.
Ed O'Neill.
Yeah, Ed O'Neill, not Ed Leslie. Jesus, close enough. It was a clip of him, and he's like giving a speech at like a birthday or something off that show, and
Yeah.
it's like he was talking about how you have these kids, you have these little kids, and everything they do is so amazing, and then all of a sudden, the next morning you wake up and there's this whole different kid there, and you don't have a chance to miss the one it replaced because now instead of this baby, you've got this toddler, and then this toddler turns into just a wonderful little person, and then this person turns into a teenager, and and blah blah blah, and so on and so forth, and then they all leave at once because you never had a chance to grieve the loss of the other one because a new one replaced it, but then all of them leave at once,
Yeah.
and then they're gone, and you barely see them anymore, and you're like, oh man. So yeah, if you don't cherish the moment and really, let yourself soak that in, it's a blink and you'll miss it. So take as many pictures and videos as you can and indulge in the silliness and the stupidity of whatever your kid's doing, and look at the stupid art thing that they made out of fucking rocks and pine cones that's definitely going to get thrown away immediately, but at least appreciate it. Try to hold on to it because it's so quick. Those little things, they're gone so fast, and they stop doing those things. Like my kids would, whenever my wife would go to work or have to work on the weekends, uh, they'd follow her out to the car and they'd pick freaking weeds or dandelions out of the yard and like give these to her as she's trying to back out. And you're like, oh, and they haven't done that for a long time, and it's one of those things. She's like, I know I've got to cherish this. Like, I'm trying to get to work, but like, if I don't enjoy this now, they're
Yeah.
not going to do it again.
Be done. Yeah.
Yeah, it's done. So it's and it happens fast. It's crazy how fast it happens. But yeah, soak it in.
Tell her to shut the hell up and just let dad do his thing. He's trying to back fucking snowbound driveway.
Damn right. Let him do his fucking thing,
Let
Mom.
him do his fucking thing.
Yeah, it's oh god, our kids are so much like us. It's
Yeah.
unreal.
It's ridiculous.
Like my oldest is a carbon copy of my wife. It's ridiculous because the stupid facial expressions he gives me when he knows he's being annoying because it's hilarious. Just fucking identical to my wife. It's the same stupid humor. They are the same person. I call him Lindsay Jr. Like, it's just
that he just loves
it's,
that.
he thinks it's hilarious. She loves it.
My 12-year-old calls his brother bro.
Well,
Since,
at least that's mostly accurate.
yeah, I mean, at least he's not doing it to me, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's still really annoying.